What's going on, guys? Nick Sean here. So I was going to do a live session, like a live streaming session to do the weekly outlook video. I decided not to. I found out that you can't do it directly from YouTube. You have to like have some sort of external software or another streaming service and then broadcast that and then push that to the live session. I'll figure out how to do that later, maybe like later this week. I didn't feel like doing it right now. I just felt like getting this video out to you guys. So I'm going to do just a very simple, brief weekly outlook. It's going to be so simple this week. Everything's like still continuing as I predicted like a month ago. It's still continuing in the same directions. So yeah, we'll touch on that. I already did a trade recap. I posted last week's video for a recap of that trading week as well as a live trade, which happened to be occurring during NFP. And I'm still in that trade right now. Closed out some great profits from last week on it. And yeah, that trade's still open. So we'll touch on a couple different trades here. And yeah, all you need to do is just hit the like button on this video. That's it. That's all I ask. Now let's get started. With GBP JPY, for this past month, I've only been looking for buys on it because we've been in an uptrend. So if you guys remember when I called this trade right here, like the first month in Telegram, it was January 11th, I believe, or this was January 12th, but I started Telegram on January 11th. So about a month ago, I've been calling out trades. I've taken 3 trades on GBP JPY during this past month, all buys. This one has stopped out. This one was last week. This one, like 2-3 weeks ago, hit the break-even stop loss. I went into profit, came back for break-even. And this one hit a target of around 1 to 20 risk reward. So only 3 trades on GJ. I wish this one didn't get stopped out because it ended up going into profit right afterwards, or what would have been profit. I'm still looking for buys on GBP JPY this week. I'll go ahead and take out this alert right here. What I'm going to be looking for is for price to pull back down to this zone that we just recently broke past, and then I'm going to be looking for a buy at that zone if price can get there and start finding some support. On the 4-hour, it looks like it'll be like a pretty nice setup, and I'll simply look to take profits at a higher high, probably at this previous extreme high here that was formed back in 2019 at the end of the year. That's probably where I look to take final profits at if I do get along on this. So yeah, so I'm going to be looking for buys on GJ. By the way, I'm going to be calling out all these trades if I take any this week. During some of this analysis that I'm sharing, I'll be calling them out live with full analysis, explanations with audio messages in my free Telegram channel, which is right here. It's my free Telegram channel. The only thing you need to do to join this Telegram channel where I trade live, share all my trades and stuff, you just have to click the link in the description of this video. You have to do my free training. You have to watch the whole thing. It's like 30 minutes long. And at the end, there will be a link you can click, which will allow you to join the Telegram channel. It's that simple. All you got to do is just click the link in this description, watch the free training, follow all the instructions, and then you get access. So yeah, that's that. And I'll be sharing all these trades live if I take them. So that's GJ. For GBP USD, I'm going to be looking for the same thing. I was waiting on a setup last week. It never happened. I thought price would be able to pull back down to here to get an entry for a buy. Instead, price ended up and just continued making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm no longer going to be looking for this. I'll go ahead and delete the alerts here. It looks like price has also formed a zone right here. So for starting off the week, I'll probably be looking for maybe retracements back into here. Probably not. It actually looks like we've already broken above, retested this zone. So yeah, I'm not going to be looking for a second entry or anything down in here. Maybe if price breaks above this recent resistance area, that's where I'll start to look for some trades. In fact, that almost looks like the better option. So I think if price is able to get above these previous highs, something like that, break above, retest, starts finding some support, then I'll look to get in a buy right there. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. And if I do take a trade, I'll end up calling this out in the Telegram. So yeah, there's that. And we're still in an uptrend. So I've got this little arrow right here. So yeah, and for the other GBP pairs, I don't see any clear trends on them right now. A lot of them just look like they're either going like sideways or up or down, and it's kind of hard to tell. Some of them are starting to try to get into trends, but a lot of them just look like they're in big ranges. So I don't see anything else for these right now. EUR USD, I'm still looking for buys on EUR USD. I was trying to take a buy on this last week. So like EUR USD is treating me good for like the past year. When I started getting better risk rewards in my system, this back in here, November 4th, there was also this as well, November 12th, and this one, which was a huge winner. It was like a 1 to 35, but I closed about 20 units of reward out of this one right here. So EU has been really good for buys. I still think we're going to be going up. It looks like it's just pulled back to a previous daily support resistance level, this previous resistance level, and prices had a little bounce in here. I was looking for an entry on Friday in here. Price had broken the recent highs So we had like some highs form right here. Price had broken above it, came back to retest. I woke up the next morning when price was like already up here. And so I didn't get a chance to enter. The risk reward would have been like 1 to 20 instead of like 1 to 50. So I completely missed an entry. What I'm looking for now is if price can come all the way back down into here. And if it does come back into here, I'll just look for price to start bouncing, and then I'll look to maybe take an entry here. We'll have to see what happens. Whatever happens, I'll share it live as it occurs if I choose to take a trade or anything. I think I'm actually going to move this a little bit lower to that previous high. This looks like a better zone. So yeah, something like this. That's what I'll look for. So yeah, we'll see if that sets up. All the other euro pairs, I'm not convinced that any of them are in super clear trends, with the exception of euro AUD sells potentially. I had some clients take sells on euro AUD and made some money trading off of the trend line and also trading off of the breaks and retests of these lower return levels in here. One of my clients, Mark, is still short on this right now. So euro AUD could probably continue down. With the other pairs, I don't really see anything clear to me. You guys can trade them if you like. For me, I think euro USD is in a super steep clear uptrend, and that's what I kind of want to focus on. Everything else to me just looks kind of weird and kind of rangy. So yeah, there's AUD USD. I'm actually long on this pair right now. We've been in an uptrend for quite some time, like about 10 months now, coming up on almost a year. On the 1 hour chart, we've had like a pullback here for like the last month. It's been really long and annoying, but it's pulled back. I think we're going to be having a continuation of the upside. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I'll get stopped out at break even on this trade. I took this trade last week. I shared the full analysis in Telegram and in my last video, so I won't go too far into detail about this. You can just watch that last video I made for the full in-depth analysis. But I'm still long on this. I've closed out about $1,000 profit on it, and I'm still open right here about like 1,500. If this does continue up to the final targets, which would be simply just a higher high on the daily chart, like I don't want price to get past these previous highs. If price can continue up there on the daily, like to make a higher high, then that's when I'm going to book final profits at a higher high. So in that case, this trade might be around maybe a $10,000, maybe a $7,000 winner. And that would be cool if it does. I'll keep on scaling some partial profits as it continues up. I'm looking to get out some more right here at this trade, and maybe some right here at these previous highs. And then I'll scale some more out at these previous highs and kind of just let it continue going up if it does. But yeah, I'm long on AUD USD right now, and I'm looking for more buys if I can get clear entries. AUD JPY, so I missed this entry last week. So it's the same sort of situation. Price has been in an uptrend just forever, like for the past year. So I'm still looking for buys on this. I think we're going to have continuation of the upside. I've been calling buys on this since I started calling trades back in Telegram. I called one right here, which went into partial profits. The rest came for break even. Called one right here, which stopped out. And then I'm looking for this trade right here, which it looks like it's already gone. So overall, we're in an uptrend. If we go down to the 1 hour chart, you can see there was this resistance formed right here. And then price had broken above this zone. It looks like it already came back and retested. I was probably just waking up when that occurred. Let's go to the sessions indicator. Yeah, so this green right here is all London session. I wake up like right around in here in this time, where it's like New York session. It's around like 6-7 a.m. my time here in Texas, United States of America. So over here, all this stuff set up like during the middle of the night, like around 3 or 4 a.m. So unfortunately, I was not able to get an entry there. If price comes back to here, I still think it looks fine on the 4 hour. Maybe I think it'll depend. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do, to be honest, unless this actually sets up, in real time. Then I'll explain whatever I'm doing, and I'll share my trades and whatever I'm taking. So yeah, I mean, this could still potentially set up. So if price can come back here, that'd be good. This trade is not an opportunity anymore. Prices took off from here. So yeah, that's that. I'm still looking for buys on Euro AUD. Australian dollar, Japanese yen. I want price to pull back though. Nothing else on AUD pairs for me. New Zealand dollar JPY. It's been quite the hilarious pair. I was in a buy over here, and that went up and then came back and stopped at break even, and then it continued up, which is what I thought it would do. I entered another buy last week. It went into profit, and then I closed out partial profits. The rest came back at break even, just for it to continue all the way back up. Then it came back in here, tested this zone. I was wanting to get long. I was wanting to get a buy in here, but I wasn't able to get a buy for whatever reason. Like I just didn't find an entry anywhere at this zone. So yeah, it's really weird. I'm not quite sure why I didn't get a buy on this last week. This one would have happened during during New York session. This one would have happened during late Asian session, and this would have set up during London session. So I wouldn't have been able to get like that entry right there. But yeah, I'm not quite sure why I wasn't able to get a buy, but sometimes we miss trades, and that's that. It's part of trading. But I am still looking on buys overall with this pair. Going into next week, I think this is a resistance zone right here. Maybe if price continues to hold its support right here, then I'll look to get long on this and target a higher high here on the daily 4-hour charts. Maybe even higher than that. I'm going to go to the most extreme high back in here. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to keep trying to get in long. The trend is very clear. I don't anticipate it should end anytime soon. So I'm just going to keep on clinging to the bullish bias and keep on trying to capitalize on the uptrend. New Zealand dollar USD, there's a couple trades I took last week. This thing still isn't a clear uptrend in my opinion. However, we've had like for a month a little bit of consolidation right here. I don't have my bullish bias wiped out. I still am very bullish on this pair. I just think maybe it still needs to gather enough orders or momentum or whatever fuel to have the next push upwards. So I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do on this pair. It's really rangy for the time being. I know that for sure I'm going to want to see some like uptrend structure form prior to like getting long on this. So maybe if I find like a clear entry and clear zone to trade off of, then I can get into to this trade. I was previously long right in here, or somewhere. Where was it? Back in here? No. So I was long back in here, and then that trade I closed out a bunch of huge profits as it went up, and then it came all the way back down, and knocked me out at break even, like in this area. Whenever it started coming back, I think I closed just before it came and hit my break even stop loss. So yeah, that trade, it is what it is. But yeah, I still have the bullish bias. It's just kind of more rangy than I'd like, but I still got the bullish bias on it. So I'm going to be looking for buys this week. Nothing else on New Zealand dollar pairs. Nothing for Canadian dollar JPY. I don't see anything super clear to me personally, but you're welcome to trade it if you like. And there's also USD Chinese Yuan, however you say it. This thing's been in a downtrend forever. I'm still looking for sells. I think it's very likely this thing will probably still continue down. We've had a lot of rangy price action this month, a lot of really rangy stuff, a lot of weird setups. But I'm still waiting for a bearish setup. So I'm waiting for a price to break below the zone, come and retest, and then start going downwards. I already have the little arrow things drawn right here, and I already shared with you guys in Telegram. If I do take a trade, I'll share it live. Same thing for USD SCK. I missed this entry right during, I was too busy focusing on AUD USD the other morning, and I got that entry there on AUD USD. However, I completely just missed this. I was literally waiting for it to set up. I shared it the night before and everything, and then I just missed the entry that morning. I just didn't click to the chart and open it. Very painful. I mean, right now it would be in a really good profit right now. I know some of you guys were able to get an entry on this and took this trade. Had I gotten in, this thing would have been something like that. It'd be in like a 1-to-7 risk reward ratio right now. Targeting a lower low on the daily, the risk reward is a 1-to-36. So that would be really cool, had I been able to get an entry. But it's okay. It didn't always work out. So let's see what I'm going to do now. So for now on this pair, I missed that entry. It's painful. It's whatever. But what do we have here? We've got this zone right here, kind of a more minor zone. We've also got this zone up here. I'm not quite sure. Price could go and retest either one of these zones and then drop. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'll do. I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of like wait to see what happens and what sets up. To be totally honest, I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do. I think it'll really just depend on what happens. Price could test this zone and drop, or price could test this zone and drop. I think it depends on if price comes to one of these zones and starts pausing at one of them and showing rejection. That's probably the zone I'll use to base my trade off of. I'm still looking for sells either way. So yeah, we also got one more support level down here that we could have broken. So that's that. There's also USD CHF, USD Canadian dollar, USD JPY. I don't really have a bias on any of them. I'm not looking to take any trades. Gold, I have no idea what gold's going to do. We went into a range here for like almost a month, and now we just broke out of it. So that's that. For stocks, I'm still long on Tesla, just still holding. For Moderna, I'm still in this. I still haven't closed just yet. I may be closing here very soon, but I was watching price action to see what's going to happen because they're still administering the vaccine, so could still continue going up. I'm not sure. Amazon, we had Jeff Bezos step down from his seat at Amazon. So he resigned as CEO and he's now executive chair. I still see Amazon doing fine as a company. You know, they're still doing fine. So I'll be remaining in this. And all the other stuff, all the other stocks I've been looking at, nothing new with those. Just same old, same old. So yeah, it's been an amazing trading month. The first month of the year was awesome. I'm in profit every single week for the past 5 weeks. So every single week this year so far has been profitable. Obviously this could change. It could change this coming week. It could change in a week or two. You know, I'm eventually going to have a break-even week or a down week or something like that. It hasn't happened yet, but it will happen eventually. So, you know, all of you guys take that into consideration during your own trading. Eventually you will have weeks where it's just kind of slow. You don't really make that much, or you kind of break even, or you lose money. It's completely normal. So that will eventually happen. I don't know when it will, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Every week since I've been sharing trades in my Telegram for free, it's been about a month since I started doing that. You can scroll all the way back up there into like January 11th. Like I've been sharing trades, full detailed explanations and analysis, and, you know, reasons for entering, potential trades I'm looking to enter. I've just been sharing it all in so much detail. You guys have been loving it. So yeah, I'm super happy. It's been super fun. Been sharing like, you know, recap videos, showing all my trading history, everything here on my terminal here in Oanda. I've been sharing all like the transaction history with you guys, all the trades I've been taking, stuff like that. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's been super fun. Thank you guys for all the support, and thank you so much for hitting that beautiful like button. I will see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys in Telegram this coming week. Cheers.